The 2026 Oscar season is among us, and we sat down with director Iain Forbes to talk about his short film and how it's in the running to possibly win Best Short at this year's Academy Awards. And to talk about this ominous thriller, he brought along his star, Simen Båstad. They're talking about the conceptualization, its responsibility in this kind of storytelling, and here's what they had to say. Check it out. Now, Simen, like you're the lead, you're the actor, you're the man that's holding this thing together. How did you two hook up? How did you meet Iain? And Iain, was he always the first choice?
Well, I mean, I knew of Iain before.
Okay.
I knew of this incredibly talented guy that he'd went to the same film school as my girlfriend, this very prestigious film school in Norway. So I knew of his earlier work, and I was just really interested in working with him. So when I got the call, I was just very excited to be portraying Christian in this short film.
Yeah. And was he always your first choice, Iain?
Yeah, it's actually very fun. Me and also the writer, Andreas, went to the same school. We both knew Simen from previously, and very early on when writing this, we're like, maybe Simen could do this. So we actually didn't audition anyone else for the role of Christian. We just called him in, and we had another actress going. And afterwards, we'd like, yeah, this is what we thought it'd be. It works. Let's go. You know, so quickest casting decision I think I've had in my whole career. That's quite fun.
I love that, man. Like Simen, like how does that feel to know that like off jump you were the guy for that? How did that make you feel to be like, really, you want me first?
It makes me very happy.
Yeah, no, I
don't know
love
what to
that
say,
because
but it's a privilege to be working with Iain. So I was very lucky.
No, thank you. Likewise, Simen.
Yeah.
I love this because I honestly believe you were the guy for this. Like, let's get into After Dark because it's phenomenal, Iain.
Well, thank you.
It says so much without saying anything, and it's thought provoking, and it leaves you like, I was conflicted during this whole thing, and it made me look internally, because I am an empathetic human being. But I'm also cautious, and I think we all can relate to that. And this thing it's such a short, it's like I wanted so much more because it's such a short ride, and I'm like, I need a full length. I mean, what happens? Where does it go? Like what sparked this idea? Is this personal experience? Is this something you may have learned from someone? Why this particular story? And what I really want to know is, was it supposed to be that ending, or was there more and you said, you know what, let's just not?
Well, yeah, it's the whole idea came, me and writer Andreas, we were bouncing back and forth experiences we'd had ourselves, trying to find something that, you know, had the kind of event you need for a short film. So this is something that happened to me, and the first half of film is verbatim my own experience. I got out of a cinema in Norway. It was cold. It was the middle of the night, and suddenly I'm on my own. I'm approached by this young woman, and she's clearly terrified. And the conversation goes into, do you know the way to the train station? I think someone's after me. You know, it has, and I just remember, you know, this ice cold feeling running down the back of my neck, and being like, she seems like she's in danger. Am I also in danger? Okay, let's go. I need to get her to safety. And as we talk, as we move on, I start to be like, wait a minute, this might not, is this what I think it is, or is this something else? And it was from that experience that we built then the short After Dark, very clearly with this ambivalence of, is she in danger? Is she for real? Is he being tricked or not? And that the doubt also I had after that encounter myself was like, should I have done more? Did I misread the situation? So the true story ends less dramatically, I must say, than the film. So the film we actually built a bit longer to him going back to see where is she still there? He tries to go back and find out what's happened, and he's left just as the end shot wondering, you know, as the audience, what was really this all about? I'll probably never see her again. I missed kind of the opportunity to know if this was right or wrong. So that was always then the idea. So there was never anything more. So we actually, it was going to end after he left her and just got to the flat. But then we had the idea of him, you know, having a change of heart, like, okay, maybe I need to try this harder.
And Simen, what about you? Like, what was it, first of all, about this script that really like stuck out to you? The one thing that stuck out to you, and is this anything that you relate to? You know, just in the human nature. Like, have you ever experienced anything like this?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think we can all relate to, as you said, like we all have compassion for other people, but I think what's special about this is that I see Christian as a very, like, he's the perfect guy to meet in a dark alley, because he's just pure kindness, you know. It's I don't think Norwegians, we're very, you know, we're quite closed, so not all of us would actually say, yes, I can help you along this, you know, it's not where I'm going, but I can walk along with you. And he's very he goes a long way, which is, I think, not so normal for Norwegians.
Really?
I don't know, I think we're too closed up, so I think that's quite interesting about this guy. And also the fact that, you know, he in the film, it takes a while for him to figure out what's actually going on, you know. So he's in that state for quite a while, quite some time of the movie, which is also, yeah, very
You say
interesting.
you speak to, like, you know, Norwegian culture, but I like, me here in the States, I really relate to this, and I feel like that conflict is very universal.
Yeah.
So yeah, hats off to you for that. I don't want to lose my thought because I had another thing that I wanted to say. But let's talk about Simen, your chemistry with Billi. What was that like, setting it up? Because she's selling it. She's definitely selling it in a way where it's like you want to listen, you want to care, but you're like, oh man, she's a little off. There's something a little off. Talk
Yeah,
about that back and
she's
forth and how you
walking
guys
on
worked it out.
that kind of edge, which is very, like, phenomenal for this
Oh, it's great.
character, I think.
It's
Yeah.
so great. What was the rehearsals like? Was that, how did you guys work that out? Was it an instant connection?
Yeah, I think we didn't rehearse that much, did we? Yeah.
No, it was quite quick and painless process. We had a table read where we kind of got into the backstory, and of course with Billi there was a lot of backstory to understand Mia and all of it, what she's carrying with her, what she's really experienced, and then trying to find out how we package it so it's not that easy for the audience to know, to follow her. So I feel she really had a great challenge. But yeah, we went out, and then we did one rehearsal the night before, which I thought was really great. We went to the locations and we acted out the film in chronological order on all of the locations. And I just really felt we found the tone very quickly for the two of you in a way. So it was, it's funny because it's sometimes making a film that's a bit painless, then it also becomes, you know, it feels a bit more effortless when there hasn't been a struggle to kind of find the chemistry of it was just there from the start, and it's been translated nicely, I feel, to the end result.
Awesome. So I got my train of thought back. The question that I really wanted to ask, and this I feel like it's a deep one. Are you aware of, like, some of the responsibility that this actual film presents? After it was done, my thought process was like victim blaming or listening to the victim, and we're in a time right now where this is prevalent, and you know, it's always a he say, she say, back and forth, man versus, you know, woman, in this sense. Were you aware of that? Was that the message you wanted to put out?
we definitely had an idea that this situation had a greater like societal statement to it in a way. The whole, I feel, idea of like, who are you willing to help? What kind of person is it you believe? What kind of person is it you have empathy for? What is the limit to the kind of person you would want to help? So there's all these kind of preconceptions, I feel, that go outside of this situation in terms of like, what do the right kind of people look like and act like that I would be willing to, you know, care for in a way. And I think also the ambivalence has struck a nerve that this film has in the current times we have of it being hard to kind of say, is it right or is it wrong? Because we live in, I feel, a very polarizing time where you want, that's the fact in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think there's a thing. It's like if we don't see it, we don't believe it. You know, and that, I feel like that's a really bad thing sometimes in society, but it is human nature. The tone, because I've seen you're really great at setting tone. I've looked at I think the last thing I looked at was the most recent one that you did. Genesis. I don't want to mess up the name. What's it called?
Jensen Revisited. Yes.
Jensen, yes, Revisited. Yeah. You're great at setting tone. Was horror your theme? Was horror what you wanted, or is that just how it's presented? Is that my perception, or is that what you were trying to set up? Like a
After Dark, yeah. I'm very happy you say horror. I'd love you to be that unnerved by it. We did call it a thriller when we did it, so we were working very much in those, you know, conventions of both, you know, having shots that, you know, give you the feeling things could be edge of frame, stuff could come in here from, like, you know, the shadows, working on POV with the character, like looking in the darkness, is there something here? So and of course taking time to allow you to be like, is it now something would come in. So yeah, we were very focused on getting this thriller feeling to it.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are familiar with certain horror films. Like I go way back, Tales from the Dark Side, the movie. You guys are familiar with this?
No.
All right, I'm dating myself. So Tales from the Dark Side, the movie, there's this one, it's like a series of like Tales from the Crypts where they have like shorts, different horror shorts. They're not related, they're just little different segments. And one of those segments, this particular short brought me to that. So I was thinking, is this gonna go in a horror turn? Like, is she like a demon? Is she gonna like what is going on right now? So that's why I asked if horror was like where you were trying to go with this, because it literally leaves so many like interpretations. It could go anywhere. It could be.
It could. It's very funny you saying this, because my producer pitched it sometime. Maybe she should be a vampire, and he comes back to the 7-Eleven with just blood everywhere, you know. So it definitely has that feeling. There's something with it that could be demonic. So I love that. I love that you got that feeling, because we were like, is she a vampire at one point? You know, it was on the table.
I was waiting for the blood to spill. I was like, something's off with her, man. But that's just me. I'm a big horror buff. So so what's next? Are you guys are you're on this run for the Oscars. What is the expectation? Is it just an honor just to be there?
What do you think, Simen?
Yeah, definitely. It's just an honor. It's been the run.
I think we're all I think we're all just shocked we've got this far, you know, in a way. Because
why are you shocked? You should be shocked. I mean, it's great work, man. I mean, it looks good. You've earned it. 20 years in the making. This is your time. This is your time.
Yeah. It's fun though, because it's, you know, it's one of the shortest productions I've done, and it's one of the smallest budgets I've done as well. So, you know, sometimes it was quick. It was very quick, and I think it's why one is so surprised. But again, it's something in the effortlessness of like, just this is the thing. It's this 10-minute film. This is what we want to say. Boom, get it out there. And no, it's awesome that it's resonated. You know, it's so that's the most fun thing, that people see it and, you know, get excited. That's but yeah, the Oscar run is terribly exciting. Let's be honest.
I'm excited for you guys. So is this going to be a long standing relationship between you two? Will you guys be working on something else? Is there anything else in the works?
Not yet.
Oh, not yet.
We definitely want to work with each other again. Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
it was great fun. It went so well. So I know people keep pestering me about the feature film. So I don't know, maybe one day.
Yeah, we one thing at a time, right? So
Yeah.
what's gonna become of this? Like, is this you're gonna release these? Do you put your shorts out? Because I know you've done many
Mm.
shorts. Are they available somewhere for people to watch?
No, I haven't actually had the tradition of like putting stuff out on like YouTube or something.
Vimeo or something?
Yeah, no, I've often thought about that, and I should probably do that at some point because they do I like it to be a little mysterious. You're either at the right festival, you're the right screening. But yeah, no, we'll see. Maybe this after this campaign, this would be a nice film to get further out. I haven't thought about it before you asked me, so yeah.
I always find that like interesting because like I said, I watch the Oscars and these categories always pop up, and we see some of these films that get nominated and they win, and it's like, well, I never got to see that. Like, like, so I think it's very interesting. I'm curious, like, and it's not just you; it's a lot of like, is that like a thing? Like, why don't you guys put these out in the open for people to see, even like maybe weeks prior to to the event, just to check out?
Yeah, I think it's kind of this long-standing tradition. I think there's a fear many filmmakers have that, like back in the day, if you put your film online, you were disqualified from film festival screenings. And that has changed now. But I think it's that fear that you're letting your film go out for kind of in the world, and you lose some of the opportunities you could have for selling it or distribution in a way. But of course, the whole landscape has changed so much just in the last 10 years I've been doing shorts. So I think I should probably rethink my strategies. And it's more, but it's more important that people see it. I mean, that's why we do this, is so people can see it.
Absolutely. Well, I don't want to hold you gentlemen up anymore. That is all I have, because I like I said, I enjoyed this, and now that I have it, I will be revisiting it, hoping that ending changes, even though I know it won't. I want to congratulate you, gentlemen. It's a great honor. I mean, I'm jealous. I'm jealous, and I don't even filmmake. But yeah, any like pre-jitter rituals or anything you guys are doing, that any praying, anything extra you're hoping for? When do you find out if it qualifies?
I think it's voting for the shortlist is sometime in December. So so it's like I think it's about on average 200 short films that are qualified at this stage, and then we go down to 15 in December. And then it's, of course, down to the last nominees in January. So
how many nominees?
I'm actually unsure. Is it 4 or 5 the Oscars?
I don't remember. I only remember the big one, which is like 10. So
yeah, the best picture.
Yeah.
I think it'll be 4 or 5, I think. But so until then, we'll just spreading the word, chatting about it, trying to get Academy members to take their time to watch it at the screening room where it's available now. And that's really all we can ask for, is that people take a look and judge it fairly.
Yeah. Well, I like I said, I wish everyone could see this, and I'm praying for you guys. I'm hoping you guys get in there, because it is definitely a worthy adversary, I think. Thank you guys, Simen, Iain. Thank you for talking with me.
Thank you so much, Steve.
Congratulations on everything, and I wish you guys the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.